Hello, and welcome to Late to School. Is it late to school? It's late to school.
In the last episode of the Sailor Moon season, you forget the name of the program.
A Sailor Moon Watchcast. I'm Lorena.
And I'm Zach.
And this is a special, wrap-up episode for Season 1 of Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the season as a whole and any thoughts we have about it now that we've seen all of it. Now that Zach has seen all of it.
Mm-hmm. So now that we're out of sort of very ending territory, where we're exclusively talking about those last two episodes.
Yeah.
Now we can now I can be my full game theory ass self if it comes down to it.
Oh, great. I didn't want this.
No, but it's what you brought on yourself.
Okay.
But I'm going to do it in, a good way.
Okay.
Not a dumb way.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
try. Let's start. What do you got to say for yourself?
I just want to talk about the themes.
Okay.
Which is not a game theory ass thing, really. It's
right.
They don't care about themes. CinemaSins? They don't give a shit about themes.
No,
it's all just about the basic plot,
yeah,
end-to-end thing.
Uh-huh.
Welcome to
Why
Late
did
to School.
this character make a mistake? Boop!
Welcome to Late to School, our CinemaSins dunk cast.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, themes.
Let's talk about the themes of Sailor Moon.
Okay.
Because that was something I was very interested in from the get-go, right?
Yeah.
Like, when I started piecing together, the first arc's themes. Sailor Moon is a show about teenagers.
Yeah.
It's about being a teenager. And that is very...
I think it is specifically about being a teenage girl.
Yes, absolutely true. It's very obvious in the first arc,
yeah,
I think. Because it's very much just all our monsters are based off of teenage girl things.
Uh-huh.
Whether that be heavy shit, body shaming, or I don't know, what do girls like? Cute animals? Let's have that one. This is an episode about cute animals.
I love that you're giving so much credit to the body shaming one and kind of putting down the cute animal episode.
Yeah.
When the body shaming episode is bad and the cute animal episode is good.
Yes. Listen, it's about you got concept and you got execution.
Uh-huh.
One had good concept, one had bad concept, but they had a reverse of execution.
Okay.
The body shaming episode is still the most it's the most squandered opportunity I feel like the show has done. But it at the time I was just thinking very specifically the monsters are exploiting teenage girl stuff to hurt people.
Right.
And that expanded over time. It's still that is still a core theme of the show. But it became more about it became a lot about love. Yeah. And emotional vulnerability and stuff like that.
Yes.
It's a lot about friendship. And it's a lot about, I think the thing emphasized the most through the end is I think optimism is a theme.
Yeah.
And also
struggling to stay optimistic.
Yes. And also responsibility. Which is a thing in a lot of superhero stories, right?
Yeah.
The idea of responsibility.
Yeah.
Great power, etc., etc.
Uncle Ben. Who came to visit Usagi. Uncle Ben Tsukino.
Uncle Ben Tsukino. But it handles the responsibility stuff in a really interesting way, I think. Which we talked a little bit about last time, right?
Yeah.
Usagi doesn't want to be held responsible for this shit, and maybe she shouldn't be. Yeah. Maybe it would be better if it wasn't her in this position. Maybe it would be better
if there were adults to take responsibility for this stuff. But instead...
the only adults are cats.
Yeah. Instead, everything is put onto the backs of teenagers.
Yes.
Which is, know, true in real life.
Yeah.
Fucking children are our future.
And that makes the show really it has a lot of very interesting deconstructionist elements to it. that make it feel like we've talked about again. Like Sailor Moon is not the origin of the magical girl genre.
No.
And it feels like a response to things. Like, it feels like a response to existing media. Like I mentioned this last time, it reminds me a lot of Animorphs.
Yeah. I don't think it's a response to Animorphs, though.
Nah. Pretty sure it ain't. Pretty sure Animorphs came after.
I don't think
Sailor
Naku
Moon.
Takeuchi was a real big K.A. Applegate fan.
No. Because I don't know.
Said was. She's still alive.
Well, at the time of making Sailor Moon. But no, I'm pretty sure Sailor Moon came before.
Who knows?
Animorphs.
Who knows when Animorphs came out? Animorphs has always been and always will be.
I don't know if that's true, but, you know. But Animorphs is just a story about, hey, maybe, like, a bunch of aliens putting the life and death of the planet Earth in the hands of a bunch of teenagers with attitude is not great, actually. Yeah. It's not a good plan.
From what I understand, Animorphs' take is a lot more cynical than Sailor
absolutely.
Moon.
Yeah.
Which is valid. I think it's also valid, though, for Sailor Moon to be as optimistic as it is.
Yes. Sailor Moon is, like... Animorphs is also a story broadly about the horrors of war.
Yeah, whereas Sailor Moon is just...
It handles the responsibility stuff in generally a more lighthearted way.
Yeah.
In the sense of, like, just, it's applicable to a lot of scenarios, I think. Like, it's just generally about responsibility and accountability and optimism and trying to maintain a normal life. Whereas, like, again, Animorphs is very specifically about war.
Right.
And Sailor Moon has aspects of a war, but isn't really about that.
No.
So yeah, I think the themes of the show are really interesting to me, and I think the season did a pretty good job of handling them. It doesn't really it feels like there's even if, like, the ending is not explicitly about those things in like very textually, I think there's a lot you can read about those themes in the things that happen in the last two episodes and how they build off of things from earlier in the season. Like we talked about the first time Mamoru died, second time Mamoru died, I guess.
Wait,
because Endymion died.
It's the second time Endymion died.
Yes,
first time Mamoru died. I think a lot of that is very easily summarized by the transformation pen. Like, Luna creates or, like, gives Usagi this tool to use to do her job.
Right.
And Usagi instead is like, I'm gonna have fun with this.
Yeah.
I'll use it to do my job too, but I'm a kid, I'm gonna have some fun.
Yeah.
And Luna is always exasperated by this because why doesn't Usagi just want to do her job?
Right.
But Usagi is doing her job, she's just also having fun at the same time.
Or she's having fun while she's, like, off duty.
Right.
Like, Luna's always like, no, you can't, you gotta use the transformation pen only on job. But why? Like, Usagi questions the systemic rules of her society.
Yeah.
Comrade Usagi. So yeah, theme's good. Show good.
Yeah. I think you see a lot of... There are other things besides responsibility. Like, how do you deal with being in love with someone who's maybe not great?
Yeah.
Like, you get that with Naru and Nephrite.
Yes.
And later we get it with Usagi and brainwashed Endymion.
Right.
And I don't know if the show has clear answers besides love them. And that's fine. Which is maybe not a great answer, but it's I don't think it's necessarily a bad answer, because it's not like Naru... They aren't abusers.
No.
They're bad.
Nephrite is kind of abusive towards Naru.
Okay.
He's manipulative.
Yeah, that's fair.
But the thing about that is that he learns to not be. Which is not a thing that happens a ton in real life.
No.
But it can happen. Like, people do get better sometimes.
I think it is about... It's that people can change. People can grow and become better.
Right.
Than they were. And sometimes it's fine to just fucking, call all your friends and obliterate someone with a energy ball.
Uh-huh.
But sometimes just you need to give someone space to figure out what's happening.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone could write a much more in-depth and interesting take on that than I can.
It does feels like love and the power of love and things like that are a core theme of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And so the show has a lot to say about that.
Yeah.
I also think it's interesting, like, the show has lots of themes of moving on from love occasionally, like Rei with Mamoru.
Yeah.
Who she's clearly
in love with.
Yeah.
But Mamoru, I guess loves someone else.
Yeah. Rei assumes he loves Usagi.
Right.
And he does.
Yeah.
But
I think the one thing I will say is that the show convinced me, but I don't know if you look at the individual pieces that they really set up a great through line for Usagi and Mamoru's relationship.
Yeah, I feel like they probably cover their asses for it with the, hey, they have their memories again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
basically.
They were always in love, so we don't need to show them falling in love, because they already were.
I think we'll get some more of that later.
Okay.
But in this season, they don't really.
Okay.
But yeah, Rei moving on from Mamoru, Minako moving on from Alan and Katarina. Mm-hmm. Ami
doesn't really have a moving on.
No. Rio, I don't know what's up. I don't
fucking
We'll
know.
never see Rio again.
We'll never see Rio again.
He's gone. That was the only real one.
Usagi rebooted the universe and Rio doesn't exist in the new timeline.
I guess. Fair, though. He was kind of weird.
I wonder if Umino still exists. Unfortunately, he does. That's a shame.
I can confirm that Umino does still exist.
And Naru. Moving on from her loss of Nephrite.
Yeah.
I think Rei's love of Mamoru is the best handled one of those.
It's the one that gets the most time to develop, but I don't think Minako is bad.
Minako's isn't
it's
bad.
All contained in one episode, but it's good.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, no, I guess Rei's is the one that's most interesting to me.
That's fair.
Rei as a character has always been really interesting to me. Mm-hmm. Not always in a good way. That's something we can talk about, actually. Who's your favorite character? You've already watched the show and stuff, and I already know who it is.
It's Sailor June. It's Mako. I love her. Mako.
Yeah.
She's strong and she's real and she's my friend.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite character, though? I'm curious.
I think it might just be Usagi.
That's
I think
fair.
it's still Usagi.
That's fair. Usagi is given the most time to develop, and we know the most about her sort of internal thoughts and life.
She's a good viewpoint character. She's very relatable. Mm-hmm. If I feel like if I had to pick
someone besides Usagi,
I feel like it would be Rei.
Okay,
I like Mako a lot, and I like Ami a lot. I like Minako.
Rei is given a lot of room.
Yeah,
in this season,
it's interesting to me that now at the end I would say Rei is my second favorite because there were definitely times I talked about on the show. I think I hate Rei a little bit.
Yeah.
But the show
it's the show has different writers and the characters all they fill roles in stories.
I feel like Rei got a lot of her Rei didn't get a lot of her really interesting development until around this last arc.
Yeah. Especially I love Rei. Rei is the one who was with Usagi till the end.
Yeah.
Despite not being the first one she met.
Yeah, Ami is the first one she met. And Ami's death is the one that has one of the strongest effects on Usagi, it feels like.
But Rei is also Usagi would have died if Rei wasn't still alive at that point. Mm-hmm. And also, I had a lot of fun arguing with you.
Yeah. I like all those moments that they're... anytime the show acknowledges Rei and Usagi's rivalry relationship in a way that isn't just them arguing,
mm-hmm.
like having Rei be like, hey, arguing with you is fun,
mm-hmm.
that's why I do
mm-hmm.
it so much.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Usagi wanting Rei to call her silly.
Yeah. And, and before that, when, like, Usagi is trying to fake join the Dark Kingdom,
mm-hmm.
with Rei, like, being the one that Usagi trusts to hold the Moonstick,
mm-hmm.
it's cool to me that in that episode, Rei is the last one to give in on actually helping Usagi,
mm-hmm.
because she knows it's important to the mission.
Yeah.
And, like, we juxtapose that with, like, Usagi's internal monologue of realizing that Kunzite is trying to draw out the other Guardians. Uh-huh. And Usagi also doesn't want them to come out.
Yeah.
So Usagi and Rei are in agreement in that scene. And I really like that aspect.
Yeah.
And there's a good, like, melodrama, like a very enjoyable melodrama to the fact that Rei is kind of the most concerned with Usagi's feelings in that scene.
Yeah.
But is interpreted by the others as cruel for not wanting to go save her.
Right.
There's, like, I like that. I like
mm-hmm.
it. I'm a sucker for angst. Well-written angst, anyway.
Yeah.
And it is. So yeah, Rei is probably my
mm-hmm.
second favorite after Usagi.
I think a lot of why I love Mako comes later in the show.
Okay.
But I love, she's strong.
Yeah. I like that she's, like, big and strong and athletic and also very femme.
Mm-hmm. Real quick, I don't think we talked about this when we actually went over the episode.
Mm-hmm.
I love that, this is more about Usagi than it's about Mako. I love Melvin is just spreading this fucking nasty rumor about Mako. Oh, she got into a fight and she got kicked out of school. You should stay away from her, Usagi.
Uh-huh.
And then Usagi is just like, no, she seems cool. I want to hang out with her. I love that Usagi is just this beacon of, I just want to be friends with everyone who doesn't have friends.
Yeah.
Like, that's, like, obviously she had ulterior motives for being friends with Ami.
Right.
But Ami also didn't have friends.
Mm-hmm.
Rei didn't have friends because everyone was suspicious of the shrine.
Mm-hmm.
Minako is just alone, aside from Artemis.
Uh-huh.
All of her friends are people who don't...
Who think she's dead.
What?
Minako?
Oh,
I was talking about Usagi.
I was talking about Usagi.
Yeah.
All of Usagi's friends are people who don't have friends.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I don't know...
And that they emphasize that, too, in the beach episode.
Yeah.
Of how, like, Ami is like, yeah, I didn't... She tells the girl, I forget her name now.
The world's first psychic CEO?
Yeah. She tells her that she should make friends with Usagi, because I used to have no friends, and then I met Usagi, and she made me really happy.
Yeah.
And she's just very good at making people happy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she is she's, everybody take a drink. She's the Steven Universe of the show.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Like, she's just very friendly and tries to befriend everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they piss her off first.
Yeah.
If they're evil. Then.
Yeah. As long as you don't do anything unforgivable, then you're good.
Uh-huh. There's a lot of things she considers unforgivable.
Yeah.
To be fair, though.
Yeah, well,
And punishable by death.
Sometimes it's punishable by healing, once she gets that power.
Once she gets that power, yeah. Except for that one time she could heal people with her tiara.
Don't worry about that. It doesn't matter.
You remember?
It doesn't matter.
Moon tiara... What was it? Moon tiara purifier? Stardust.
Moon tiara Stardust.
Uh-huh.
That didn't happen. That's not canon.
It did.
That's not
It was
canon
in the
to
show. It's canon to the show. Usagi's powers fluctuate episode to episode in at least the early episodes of the season.
Mm-hmm.
In a way that is weird. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about powers.
Yeah?
And inconsistency.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to talk about the plot structure?
Wait. What?
Do you want
I'm confused. What does this have to do with powers?
I don't know. Powers are part of the plot structure, right?
Sure. I
guess.
I don't know. What do you...
I just want to... Let's send him a sense.
I don't want to send him a sense.
We're not going to send him a sense. Again, let's,
Yeah, sure.
So I have had problems.
Yes.
With the show's plot structure occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
I think the pacing of plot beats is bad.
Okay.
I don't think that makes the season bad.
Right.
Because I don't think the pacing of the plot beats is the most important thing.
Right.
I think it rarely is in any media.
Yeah. I think, I think pacing is really important to certain genres of fiction.
Sure.
It's important to horror.
Horror and, thriller and mysteries, probably.
Yeah.
Because, a mystery is very much about when you give out clues and things like that. So, it's interesting to me that... So, it seems to be in the next season we will get new villains.
Yeah.
Brand new, non-Dark Kingdom villains. It seems like the Dark Kingdom has been officially wrecked. By the end of the season.
Yeah.
There's still more of them?
They
survive.
The ghost people, Usagi didn't fucking commit genocide on the people in D Point.
She may have destroyed the portal to the Dark Kingdom.
Maybe.
She destroyed Beryl.
Yeah.
She probably destroyed or sealed away Metalia.
Yeah. She says that in the precap, she says she's going to seal Metalia away forever, but it seems like Beryl just gets annihilated.
Yeah, which could have been sealing, magic.
Yeah, sure.
Who knows what's happening there exactly? But the threat of the Dark Kingdom has been taken care of.
Yeah,
and that's interesting to me in that the threat of the Dark Kingdom was what prompted the entire story. This is what destroyed the Moon Kingdom.
I will say, the next arc of the show is technically filler.
Oh,
it is
It
is completely original to the anime.
Okay. The next arc or the next season?
The next arc.
Okay.
We will get a 13-episode arc that is completely original to the anime.
Okay.
That does adapt some necessary scenes from the manga into it, but after that, there will be another threat. Surprise.
Okay.
And it's not the Dark Kingdom as far as I remember.
Okay.
There might be some connection to the Dark Kingdom I'm forgetting about, but I think you're right.
Okay. I don't think that's necessarily good or bad. I think it's interesting that what feels like the big bad of what could be the entire series is dealt with in the first season.
Yeah. And that's how it was in the manga. The Dark Kingdom arc of the manga isn't the whole manga. It's 16 issues or something.
Okay.
And then we get the next one. I will say, there might not be a connection to the Dark Kingdom, but there will be more connections to the Moon Kingdom that we didn't learn about from Queen Serenity.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
The Moon Kingdom's been around a long time.
Yeah.
I assume we'll also might get more of... we didn't see how Serenity and Endymion fell in love. I
don't know if we get more of that.
Okay.
I feel like the show kind of expects you to,
fill in the blanks.
Gaps.
It makes sense. It makes sense they would know each other. The Moon Kingdom and the Earth Kingdom just know each other.
Yeah.
I will say we should correct something we said in one of those episodes.
What did we say?
I complained about us not learning much from the Queen Serenity flashback.
Oh.
And you pointed out that we didn't know that the Earth Kingdom was...
I pointed out after we finished recording.
Yeah. That we didn't know the Earth Kingdom was what destroyed the Moon Kingdom.
Right, yes.
We also didn't know how young the Dark Kingdom was.
Yes, true. You could have easily assumed the Dark Kingdom and the Moon Kingdom had always been at war.
Yes. But, Beryl says that,
now that I control the Moon and the Earth,
yes.
This is our new Dark Kingdom.
So she usurped Endymion.
Yeah. You could have assumed that, Endymion was a defector, but instead there was a coup.
Yes.
Which, in the grand scheme of things, is maybe not, a huge reveal.
It's not a huge reveal.
I think,
I think it's maybe even less interesting than if he had been a defector.
Maybe. I think he is technically, like, he's not defecting, but I don't think anyone suspects that he would not be on their side.
I guess, especially considering, like, Beryl wipes his memories and he's allied with the Dark Kingdom.
Yeah.
So, like, what happened there, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's weird. That might just be bad writing, actually.
Well, she wiped his memories of Serenity, I think.
Okay, just his entire memories of Serenity.
Yeah.
Okay.
And of, being Mamoru and all that.
Right.
Another correction relating to Endymion, actually, that isn't as important. We always say that the Tuxedo Mask theme has Spanish guitars. It doesn't. It's just
Does it not?
It's just violin and castanets and maybe some piano.
Oh.
I think that's my fault. I said Spanish guitar the first time we talked about it. And because I wasn't paying close attention to the music. And we just went with it.
I really thought it had Spanish guitars.
I don't think it does.
It's just, I hear a castanet and I assume anything else must
fair.
be a Spanish guitar. But yeah, so plot.
Yeah. It's fine. Do you have more?
I don't know if I do. I think it's, I have a lot of, like, minor problems with the plot. I know you think all of my problems with the plot are minor,
I don't.
Which is fair.
I know I get defensive, and that's not fair to you, because I think your criticisms are valid.
Sometimes they aren't, and I'll admit that.
Okay.
Okay.
I think your criticisms are valid,
they're not something you care about.
I approach the show from a different place than you are approaching it, which is, again, like, that's fine. Mm-hmm. The show doesn't, like, tell you, hey, approach it this way.
Yeah. There's not, like, a fucking Mystery Science Theater opening.
Yeah.
Where it's like, if you're wondering how she heard Naru that one time and doesn't anymore, it's just repeat to yourself, it's just a show, you should really just relax. I still think it's maybe bad writing that Luna and Artemis lose their memories for no reason.
Yeah. I think
the plot would I think it would legitimately work better if Luna just secretly knew that Usagi was the Moon Princess.
I don't know if it would.
There would be things that would have to change, like you'd have to significantly alter the Princess of Diamonds episode.
Yeah.
But it would give more of a reason for why she wants Usagi to be the leader.
Yeah. It's never explained why Luna knows what Sailor Moon is.
Yes, that, and also Tuxedo Mask.
Yeah.
Tuxedo Mask from episode 1 knows who Sailor Moon is.
Yeah.
And identifies her as Sailor Moon, even though neither of them... Why do either of them know what a Sailor Moon is?
It's the miracle romance.
Especially considering Queen Serenity just wanted them to have a normal life.
Yeah.
Why would she create a new guardian persona for Princess Serenity?
I think she created the new guardian, if she did, because she probably was like, well, fucking Metalia's gonna come back at some point. I don't trust my seal to keep her safe. And so, Serenity needs some way to protect herself.
I guess. But then, again, the multiple layers there is weird.
Yeah.
Should we talk about Sailor V?
I don't
know if there's any more we have to cover.
Sailor V is a problem that is brought on by the fact that they expect you to have read the Sailor V manga.
Is it?
I think so.
'Cause that's weird.
Why?
First of all, why would everyone have read it?
Because it was very popular.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's smart to assume that, or that it's good writing to assume that. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that's why there are so many problems with Sailor V.
Sure. I'm never gonna be over the fact that she has 2 secret identities.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
Yeah. So, I don't know if I ever mentioned this, and I don't think it's ever explained in the anime. Mm-hmm. In the manga. Sailor Venus is Venus, like a reincarnation of the
yes.
goddess Venus.
You have mentioned that, I think. I don't know if you mentioned it on the show, but you've mentioned it to me.
And also, she is the only guardian who is the ruler of her own planet.
Okay.
All the other guardians are from the moon. She's from Venus.
Okay. Sailor Venus is Venus and comes from Venus.
Yeah.
Cool.
And, like, the reason she has multiple identities is, I guess, because Artemis didn't awaken her to her full power yet.
Oh, right, okay. That's what I theorized, right?
Yeah.
Like, that she had been Sailor V before she had known about being Sailor Venus.
I think that's true.
Okay. I like that.
Okay.
Like, I wish the show was explicit about that, but I do... That interpretation is good. Mm-hmm. And if it's supposed to be canon or whatever, fine. Canon's not real. I just go by whatever's in the show. The fucking manga doesn't matter.
Yeah. The show contradicts the manga. Yeah. So, you know.
The manga matters insofar as, like, this is why the writers did this. Mm-hmm. It's not, you know, there's no truth. It's all fake. But what, in terms of the show's continuity.
Right.
I like to think that, you know, she just became a superhero.
Yeah.
Just because she wanted to.
Yeah.
Before knowing she was one.
I think she met Artemis. And Artemis, like, I haven't read the Sailor V manga, but I have read, like, synopsis of stuff.
Okay.
And I think the inciting incident is the Dark Kingdom, or the Dark Agency, or whatever the fuck it was, does something one day, and Minako is there. And she is like, hey, gotta stop him. And she tries to, and can't. And then Artemis shows up, and is like, hey, why don't you take this pen? This'll give you some powers. And then she transforms. Into Sailor V.
Okay. It's weird that she didn't transform into Sailor Venus, but...
It's in the manga, it's a different pen.
Okay. That opens up a lot of, That's a whole can of worms.
Yeah, fair.
The idea that Artemis made another pen that just gave her a mask.
And some shoulder pads. But
besides that, I like the, you know.
Yeah.
Artemis. Yeah. I want to talk about Artemis.
I don't think Artemis is handled well in this first season.
Yes. I
like Artemis, but all of that is from stuff that happens later.
Before we move on to just talking about Artemis in general, we can talk about Artemis and Luna together, really. I think. Although I have different feelings about them, obviously. But just real quick, still on plot shit, I still don't get why Artemis is boss behind the fucking arcade machine, and Luna didn't know that, but knew Artemis beforehand. But it drives me nuts.
So he gave Minako her powers, and they had been fighting the Dark Kingdom in wherever the fuck they were.
In some respect.
In Japan?
In Japan, England.
But then also in England.
Yeah.
They were fighting the Dark Kingdom. Like, before Usagi awakened.
Right.
And I guess
and
Artemis...
also stopping jewel thieves.
Yeah. Who are also the Dark Kingdom, I think.
Oh, okay.
And I guess Artemis, like, decided, well, I gotta get in contact with Luna somehow. And I know all this shit about the Dark Kingdom. Who knows what she knows right now? Just decided to become mission control without telling her it was him. Because I don't know.
Okay, they have code names. They have code passphrases. How does that happen?
I don't know how does that
happen
happens.
With Luna? How does he instruct Luna to go to the arcade machine?
Yeah, I don't know about any of that.
It feels like I just feel like some of the plot stuff has squandered potential.
Yeah.
I feel like you could do interesting things with, like, that stuff. But it like, you could do interesting things with characters who know things that Usagi doesn't.
Right.
But they don't, for the most part.
Yeah.
They just don't know shit. Like, every reveal is also a reveal to them. And that's weird.
I mean, like, I don't know if I said this earlier. It would feel weird if Luna didn't just tell Usagi she was the princess, to me.
It would. I feel like you could justify it in ways that would be pretty easily satisfying.
Okay.
Like, just, she needed to do something to awaken. Yeah. She didn't want to, I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
You could figure something out. Whereas, like, here there's not even, like, a hand wave for the weirdness that justifies the premise.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or even just give me a hand wave to justify the premise. Like, tell, like, oh...
Yeah, just say that they lost their memories because they were asleep too long.
Yeah, like, or, like, Queen Serenity didn't want them to remember... wanted to keep an extra layer of danger away from her daughter. Mm-hmm. So made her a Sailor Guardian instead.
Yeah.
It's, you know...
Yeah.
Artemis.
He's
just annoying. I don't think there's actually much I want to say about Artemis.
Yeah.
He's just kind of, he bugs me. He's not interesting.
Yeah.
Luna is consistently a more interesting and fun character than he is.
Artemis, so a dynamic that is established in Sailor V, and then we'll get some of later in this show, is that everyone just shits on Artemis. Artemis thinks he's the boss, but everyone just fucking ignores him.
Okay. Yeah, more of that would have been nice.
There should have been more of that in this season, I think.
Yeah. Because, like, most of the time he's just right.
Yeah.
Like, he's just saying, hey, do the plot.
Yeah.
He's a secondary GM character in addition to Luna.
Mm-hmm.
But Luna is always, like, Luna's attachment to the Sailor Guardians is always, like...
I love that she is like, yeah, well, we gotta stop the Dark Kingdom, but also I don't want my friend Usagi to die. I don't want my friend daughter owner Usagi to die.
You know what else is interesting to me that I just thought of? They say, now that we have all 5 Sailor Guardians and both cats...
Yeah.
We don't see any other cats in the Moon Kingdom flashbacks.
No.
So I wonder what the deal with Luna and Artemis is.
Yeah, I don't know if I know.
Okay. I wonder if they have some sort of cosmic importance.
There is something with Luna and Artemis, but I don't know if it's explained.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna say it yet, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Artemis is a girl's name. We never really talk about...
Is that necessary to talk about?
I guess not. There are a lot of fictional characters that are guys that
named Artemis?
Named Artemis.
Huh.
Like Artemis Fowl.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
And I don't know why that is.
I don't know. Also, why is he called Artemis?
Moon.
What?
The moon?
What about the moon?
Artemis is a goddess of the moon.
Is she?
Yeah, Artemis is associated with the moon. Okay. Apollo is associated with the sun, and Artemis is with the moon.
Okay.
And they're twins.
Okay. I guess, never mind then. That makes perfect sense.
Like Luna, the name Luna was also a Greek goddess of the moon. There were, like, Artemis wasn't originally associated with the moon, but she became associated with the moon over time.
Okay.
Because it used to be, like, Luna was the moon goddess and Helios was the sun god.
Okay. Luna isn't the Roman goddess?
No. Actually, she might have the same name in Rome.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Because I know Luna is the name of Earth's moon.
Yes. That is generally accepted as the name of Earth's moon. Yeah. It's funny to me that technically Usagi is the only character that isn't named after a mythological figure.
Yeah.
Including Endymion.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Huh. I mean, she's a folklore figure. She's the rabbit on the moon.
Yeah, she's the rabbit on the moon, I guess. Yeah, that's fair. Which they completely lose in the Deke dub with Serenity.
Uh-huh. She's not even... She's not even Serenity. She's Princess Serena.
Right, she's Serena. Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, no, she's just Serena in both. That's right. Uh-huh.
Prince Darien. Completely loses Endymion.
Uh-huh.
Never mind. Don't worry about it. We can't talk about the Deke dub.
So...
Do you have any further thoughts?
I don't know if I have any further thoughts. I enjoyed this a lot.
Okay, I'm glad.
And, could have been gayer.
Could have been gayer. Will get gayer.
Okay.
Thankfully.
Okay.
Could have been gayer, though.
Will it get gayer next season, or will it not be until...
Next season might get more hetero.
That's...
in uncomfortable ways.
Oh. That's troubling.
Yeah.
That's concerning.
I don't think in ways that require a content warning, but...
Content warning for heterosexuality.
We'll get to it.
Okay. I'm gripped by fear.
Yeah. I mean, Usagi will always be a bicon.
Okay, good.
And will continue to be a bicon, I think.
Good. Oh, also, updated headcanon.
Uh-huh.
Given those last 2 episodes, Ami is demi-romantic.
That's, you know what? Yeah, okay. I can accept that.
And still in love with all of those other Sailor Guardians.
Is she in love with all of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely Usagi.
Definitely Usagi. I mean, they went on that date.
Yeah. They went on multiple dates.
We'll get to her and Mako later. Don't worry.
Okay. I'm excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for any more, like, we get a lot of, like, here's Usagi's relationship with this other Guardian,
yeah, but
and
we
Usagi's relationship with this other Guardian.
Yeah, we don't really get their relationships between each other.
Yeah. We get, like, hints of them in the episodes, and what we get is good.
Yeah.
I really like Mako and Rei both having the overconfident girl shtick and competing for it. But I like more like episodes that explore their relationships a little more deeply.
Yeah.
But I also like Usagi is the fucking focal point, not just of the show, but of their friendship. Basically, like she is the axis along which the Sailor Guardian wheel spins.
Right.
They all care about her fairly deeply in some way or another. Except, I guess, Minako, who's just kind of there.
Well, Minako and Usagi will get closer.
Okay.
But
Minako likes Usagi, clearly.
Yeah.
More so than her more close friends sometimes.
I forgot to mention this when we were talking about Rei.
Uh-huh.
Usagi's like, hey, you should have kissed Yuichiro in case something bad happened.
Uh-huh.
And obviously Rei is like, oh, I should have kissed Yuichiro, but now I can't.
Yeah.
But also, though, she is like, hey, Usagi, I want to tell you something in case something bad happens. I'm not saying anything, I'm just pointing stuff out. Just pointing some stuff out about that.
Yeah.
Just saying.
That's valid.
Not saying, I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, yeah.
So, what do you think of how the show handles its villains?
In general...
the 4 generals.
Yeah, Why do you keep saying that? They don't call them that in the show.
That's what they call them in the Deke dub.
Okay.
They were also, they were generals.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, there's 2 things to talk about there, right? There's a lot of things you could talk about there. But, you have Queen Beryl and Queen Metalia, you have the 4 Heavenly Kings, and also, on an episode-to-episode basis, you have, the Monster of the Week.
Yeah. The Yoma.
The Yoma. The Monster of the Week isn't super interesting to talk about.
Sometimes they're fun. And they all have, sometimes their designs are bad, but they're still fun.
Yeah.
They have fun designs.
I like that they're weird.
Yeah.
And just weird.
Yeah. The DD girls were just
what, burlesque dancers dressed like moths?
They were just burlesque dancers.
4 Heavenly Kings. It's interesting that they have 4 of them.
Yeah.
But, before we even learn there's 4 of them, one of them gets taken the fuck out.
Yeah.
And they're sort of just there as a countdown.
Yeah.
They're bosses. They're bosses in a video game in which Queen Beryl is the final boss.
Yeah. And they're introduced in the way that a lot of JRPGs will introduce, major antagonists. It's okay, first mission, go to town. Oh, there's this warlord who is terrorizing the town. Go defeat him. Then you find out, oh, there's a pirate. Gotta go kill the pirate now. And they aren't established until they're necessary for the plot. Except, Zoisite is established.
Yes. Zoisite is established as a rival to Nephrite.
Yeah.
And then...
Queenside is established with Zoisite.
Yes.
I think even during... Does Queenside show up during Nephrite's arc or after?
Yes, he does. He does show up in Zoisite goes to complain about how mean Nephrite is to his boyfriend. Yes. They're basically, narratively, they seem to, largely serve as like a countdown clock.
Yeah.
Like they're a countdown clock. They're also bosses. Like this is a video game. This feels like it's structured like a video game in a lot of ways.
Gotta defeat the mooks, and then you get to the boss.
Yes. They are each one is like stronger than the next, and or at least smarter than the next.
Yeah.
And they're also like the countdown clock. Like as each one is ticked off, we know there's 4 after Nephrite reveals that to us. So after everyone is ticked off, it's like, you know, okay, like this is what's happening now. As soon as like Nephrite dies, it's like, okay, this is what's going on. Like the show is going to one by one kill the
or eternally sleep
I'm
the still so upset that Jadeite is technically the only Heavenly King that gets to live.
Yeah.
They're back. They're back with Usagi's wish. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Is that why they're back? Okay.
I think that I don't know. I haven't. Again, that PC Engine game
never got translated, right?
Not translated as far as I'm aware. So,
but it's interesting that it's like each one gets ticked off, and we get a little bit closer to the final battle. Like it's a measurement point for the audience. It feels like,
yeah.
Which I think also makes the DD girls worse.
Yeah,
because it's like, oh, here's some other villains.
Here's a monster of the week.
Yeah, here's a monster of the week that is more powerful than any of the other things they fought, including the 4 Heavenly Kings.
Yeah.
Just because we wrote ourselves into a corner and killed Kunzite too early.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that would even be, like, more powerful if it was, like...
If it was Kunzite alone who killed...
Just slowly eliminating the Sailor Guardians.
Although that would take away... They wouldn't be able to kill him.
They wouldn't be able to kill him, but they could weaken him over time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, but also, again, Ami wouldn't have the support function she could have.
Right.
Because of the illusion gemstone.
Right. You could find ways to write around that. I don't know.
Yeah, you could. You could also just set up these characters or something.
The DD girls?
Yeah. Make it something that's shown up before.
Yeah.
Make it Castor and Pollux, Nephrite's most powerful monsters.
God. Make it those weird fucking ninja girls that Zoocyte knew.
Yeah. Make it the fucking 7 great monsters again.
Well,
bring them back
I don't want them to have to kill Rio.
Don't
Sweet
kill
baby
him.
boy Rio. They could kill Crane Joe though.
They could kill Crane Joe. That's fine.
That's fine. I don't care about him.
He's the only one I don't care about, I think.
Yeah. Rio's weird, but I don't want him to die.
Rio, I just want him to leave.
Yeah.
And he does. He's gone.
Gone.
Will we get any more Matokis, by the way?
We will get a lot of more Matoki.
Okay, cool.
I just remembered. There's a short. There's an animated short with the Sailor Moon S movie, the season 3 movie, called Ami's First Love.
And
what the fuck?
And Rio's not in it?
It's set after Rio. What is why? Rio is... They really did erase him from the timeline.
Yeah, Just gonna...
I don't know if there's any way we're gonna be able to watch that short, but...
That's a shame.
It exists.
I'm gonna just explain what the fuck happened to Rio to the list of my, like, fan fiction ideas that I'm probably never going to write.
He might be in the RPG. No. Yes, he is in the RPG.
Okay.
He's in the SNES RPG.
Okay.
Or GBA? I can't remember. Anyway.
Is he playable?
No. Okay. You rescue him from something.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry. Sorry, I just had a realization and it shook me to my core.
It's okay. That is very strange.
We will get more Matoki, though. He's still around.
Okay.
The game center isn't going away anytime soon.
Okay, good. Arcades are a good setting for things. But yeah,
Also, Naru and Melvin aren't going away. A lot of people are like, oh, Naru disappears as soon as the Sailor stuff becomes relevant, but she doesn't. She's around for basically the entire show.
Okay, that's good.
She gets less episodes as the show goes on, but she's still a character who exists.
4 Heavenly Kings.
Yeah.
They're good. I like them.
I think they're fun villains.
Yeah.
Except for Jada.
Queen Barrel's a good villain, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like her.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I would say I enjoy her very much as a villain.
Yeah.
But she serves her function well.
I think without her backstory, there's not a lot to her. She's just kind of evil.
Yeah.
There.
And she's like, she
doesn't get any of the humanizing moments that the Four Heavenly Kings get.
Yes. She is distinctly more evil than the Four Heavenly Kings. Because she killed half of them.
Yeah.
More than half.
No. Well, no. She killed less than half of them. She only killed Zoisite.
She killed Jadeite.
She killed half of them then. She killed Jadeite and Zoisite.
She killed Nephrite.
No, she didn't.
Zoisite directly killed Nephrite, but on her orders.
Was he on her orders? I forgot about that.
I think.
Okay. Fair enough.
Maybe she was fine with it.
Sure.
So, I don't know.
Sure.
She killed at least half of them.
Mm-hmm.
You remember when the Sailor Guardians ran over Jadeite with a plane?
I do.
That was cool. I like that.
Jedi.
From my point of view, the Jedi are evil.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, Queen Bear, we get more of her in the last episode than we get from anything else, I feel like. And we never get much about Queen Metalia, who's just kind of an evil force.
I guess the thing we get about Queen Beryl is she wanted to marry Endymion.
Yeah.
But it's not much, we don't really understand why.
Yeah,
he's the King of Earth.
Yeah.
Or the Prince of Earth.
She's not in love with him, it doesn't seem like.
No.
She's just like, hey, political marriage.
Again, I think in the manga she is.
Okay.
But it's not made clear in the anime.
And Queen Metalia has that whole thing about making Endymion her successor that isn't super followed up on.
No.
It is, I guess it's followed up on in that, Metalia is possessing Endymion, but that's also not super clear.
Yeah.
So I think the show could do better with some of its villain stuff.
Yeah,
but
I think I really like the next two sets of villains we're gonna get.
Okay.
So we'll see how my memory is regarding them.
Mm-hmm. I'm also Steven Universe has spoiled me on I just like villains that are very relatable and understandable and have the potential to, be swayed. I think that's part of what made Kunzite and Zoisite a little disappointing to me, because they feel like they have the potential to be swayed, but they aren't.
Yeah.
Only heterosexual love can save the Dark Kingdom from themselves. Yeah. Not that Nephrite was heterosexual.
Zoisite doesn't really have a chance to be swayed.
No.
He returns and then is killed.
Yes. But that feels like a very... You could easily use that as motivation for Kunzite being redeemed.
Yeah.
Or at least, turning against the Dark Kingdom and then fucking off into space. It's
weird that Kunzite seemed he blames the Sailor Guardians for Zoisite's death.
Yeah,
and it would have been a lot more interesting if he blamed Beryl and was like, what if Kunzite has to die?
Yeah.
What if he sacrificed himself, fighting Endymion or something?
Yeah.
What if Endymion, had the Sailor Guardians on the ropes and Kunzite turned against him?
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Because it would also be a reversal. Tuxedo Mask is always saving the Sailor Guardians. Now Kunzite is saving them from Tuxedo Mask.
That would even be a reversal of what actually happens in some episodes.
Yeah.
Which is Endymion, even under the control of the Dark Kingdom, doesn't want to prioritize killing the Sailor Guardians over getting the Silver Crystal. One more thing I did want to talk about.
Okay.
This is a minor thing, but I figured as long as I'm complaining about shit that doesn't matter, I may as well also talk about other shit that doesn't matter but is cool to me.
Okay.
I love the aesthetic of the world building, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
I really let's compare to Steven Universe again. I want to talk about the gems versus the Moon Kingdom. I think it's cool how
this is, if you haven't watched past or any Steven Universe and have somehow avoided spoilers, maybe skip ahead.
Yeah.
Because there's some stuff about the gems that isn't immediately obvious in that show.
Yes.
That I think it's nice for it to be a surprise for people.
Yeah. So with that having been said, if people, who don't want spoilers are now not listening, the gems are aliens. But are set up as, like, magical girls.
Right.
And they are magical girls. They even talk about magic. But they're also aliens with, like, spaceships and technology and stuff. So, in Steven Universe, the gems are aliens who have magic.
Right.
In Sailor Moon, the Moon Kingdom are a fantasy kingdom who have technology.
Yeah.
Like, there's a different energy.
Yeah.
Yeah? Like energy, like in Sailor Moon? Like in the show?
We're gonna get back to that.
Are we?
That's gonna be so exciting. We're gonna talk more about energy.
Rad. But yeah, I like the aesthetic of, like, this is a fucking sorcerer race who live on the moon and also have computers and shit. I still don't know how those humans charged the moon from Earth.
I don't know if that's meant to be taken literally.
Okay. Maybe they have... I like it...
If it is magic.
Yeah, right. But also, what if they had, like, fucking starfighters?
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That would be neat.
But yeah. That's all I want. I like that they're aliens, but, like, humans
yeah. When you said the aesthetic, I thought you were going to talk about the aesthetic of the show.
Of the show? Yeah.
The show is so... I love the background work. I love...
Yes.
Like, there's an almost dreamlike quality to the way the backgrounds are drawn in Sailor Moon that is very cool.
And thematically relevant.
Yeah. Especially any scenes at night.
And I really like it's mostly like... It's, like, bright colors.
Yeah.
But also soft colors.
Yeah.
Like, they're not garish or anything.
Right, yeah.
But it is very bright and colorful. And but they're, like, soft pastels for the most... I wouldn't say pastels exactly.
Yes.
But close to pastels.
Close enough. Which, contrasted with the Dark Kingdom, which is just all...
very...
dark.
Dark, and also, like, they have, like, army uniforms that are just gray.
Yeah.
Beryl is, like, an exception, obviously. She has her fucking wild outfit. And, like, all
weird dress.
And all the monsters are very colorful and bright for the most part.
Yeah.
But it's a good look.
It is. Also, all the Sailor Guardians have fucking fantastic outfits.
Yes. And I love the color coding is good. And also, like...
Well, here's the thing. I love that the color coding isn't always there. Because, like, you watch a lot of, like, Precure. Like, all of those girls are always wearing their color.
Okay.
Or, Power Rangers. The Red Ranger is always wearing red shirts.
Okay.
But Usagi isn't always wearing pink.
Right.
Rei isn't always wearing red. Ami isn't always wearing blue, etc. It's cool that the show can still, like, convey the characters and their personality and their powers and all of that without just relying on, Mako's always going to wear green.
Yes. I don't know if those pink overalls really convey Rei's personality very well.
I think they do.
But, okay. But yes, I agree too. I also like that, I was going to say, I like that their color coding isn't necessarily tied to, like, the obvious things they could be. Because, like, when you think of Jupiter, you don't really think of green.
No.
Even with lightning, you don't usually think of green. That's not like a secondary color for lightning, but you usually think of blue or yellow.
Blue or yellow. Green is, like, sometimes.
Like, Mars is obviously red.
Yeah. But, like, Mercury isn't blue.
Mercury is not blue. Mercury is blue because she's water themed.
Yeah.
But, like, Jupiter's color scheme, again, like, the green is secondary to her electric powers. Yeah. So, like, it's neither the planet or her ability.
Right.
And then Minako's is, like, yellow, I think?
It's orange.
Orange? Yeah. Which is probably a little closer to her guardian planet.
Probably.
And then Usagi's mixes a lot of, like, blue and pink and...
Yeah. She has the most colors.
Yeah. Which makes sense.
Yeah.
She's the fucking prism. She's the silver crystal.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good.
She's also the one that most, like, she's the main character, so her uniform has to look the most like a real sailor uniform someone would wear.
Right. Yeah, uh-huh. Also, I just like that they all have different shoes.
They do all have different shoes. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Rey has her high heels.
Yeah.
Just a fucking stiletto.
Mm-hmm.
Mako has her, like, lace-up boots.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what... I think Minako also has high heels.
Okay.
They might be shorter than Rey's, though.
That's weird. That doesn't seem very Minako to me, but okay.
She's the guardian of love.
What's... Wait.
Minako. She's the guardian of love.
No, that's Usagi.
No, she's the guardian of love. Venus is the guardian of love.
No, that's Usagi.
Mercury is the guardian of wisdom. Mars is the guardian of fire.
Now, hang on.
Jupiter is the guardian. They have 2 elements each. It's like wisdom.
Is this from the
water,
manga?
And Sailor Moon Crystal.
Okay.
But yeah, Minako, and also a lot of Minako's attacks are love themed.
Are they?
Yeah.
Like later? Because
like later.
Crescent Beam
no,
isn't.
Crescent Beam isn't, but later.
It's just a fucking laser. Okay. Sure.
We'll get to it.
Okay. She's... Okay. That's weird.
I forget what Ami's shoes are.
I do, yeah.
I think she might just have, like, flat
I think
loafers.
she has flats. Yeah.
Or just a shorter, like, loafers with a shorter heel.
Mm-hmm.
And Usagi has her boots.
Yeah. But yeah. It's good. It's a good looking show.
Mm-hmm.
It's good animation. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Good show.
Yeah.
Final rating. Good.
What would you give the show in terms of fun factor?
Fun factor?
Fun factor, yeah.
Like out of 10 or?
Out of 5.
Out of 5? You've just sort of sprung this new rating system on me. Fun factor.
Yeah.
I would call it a solid 5.
Okay. How about graphics?
5.
Sound?
4.
Okay. Gameplay?
Gonna say 1.
Okay. What's your final rating out of 5?
5.
Really? Okay.
I'm pretty sure the math doesn't add up.
No, but it doesn't have to.
Okay.
You would give this show a 5 out of 5 if you had to actually rate it.
I don't know. Rating systems are fucking stupid. Now that I think about this, this is a fun bit.
It's a fun bit.
But it's a good show.
Yeah.
Is what I would... It's a very good show.
Okay.
Like, it's like 5 out of... Like, what is that? Perfect? Like, no show's perfect. It's definitely not perfect.
God of War 3 got a 5 out of 5 on some outlets.
Anyway. Look at the latest School Our God of War.
Anyway.
Dunkcast.
As always, thanks for listening. You can find me at Lorena27 on Twitter.
And you can find me at Frylord Zarek on Twitter.
And you can find the show at late_school.
The Moonlight is a messenger of love.